Looks like we're lowering the bar. 'Cause I've never
Thinking about using it for so one of the features that Topless Robot fans have been asking for to come back is Fanfiction Friday.
Okay.
I don't own Fanfiction Friday. Fanfiction Friday belongs to Rob Bricken, who is the founder of Topless Robot. So instead I'm going to do my own take on it called I Can Ship That.
Yes.
And it's going to be me wearing my blue, suit coat that has like the palm tree inlay, and wearing my fez and with my vape in the little pipe mod, and just kind of sitting, cross-legged as, the camera pans in and be like, oh, I didn't see you there. I was just enjoying some fanfic.
Have like a green screen fireplace behind you that
Yeah.
looks really bad.
Yeah.
Get like a really fancy like bust of Superman fighting Goku. Or some action figures.
That'd be amazing.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
So you glue him to a base and you just spray paint him gold. And you just,
Oh, I'm actually really excited for this. Are you just
Yeah.
gonna be reading over it? Like,
Well, I'm going to be doing like my narration, basically, for except reading fanfics.
You should
be
have
kinda-
one episode where it's like badly dubbed.
yes.
Or with like subtitles that don't match up.
Hold on. I'll give you a sample.
We should actually open that up to the
Using
community and like
classic.
people that want to like submit their own fan fiction. You read it. It'd be kind of cool.
Use a classic.
Roy Orbison cling film.
All right.
So this is from the days, this is from the days of internet old.
Oh my god.
It always starts the same way. I'm in the garden airing my terrapin Jetta when he walks past my gate, that mysterious man in black. Hello, Roy, I say. What are you doing in Dusseldorf? Attending to certain matters, he replies. Ah, I say. He apprises Jetta's lines with a keen eye. That is a well-groomed terrapin, he says. Her name is Jetta, I say. Perhaps he would like to come inside. Very well, he says. Roy Orbison walks inside my house and sits down on my couch. We talk urbanely of various issues of the day. Presently, I say, perhaps he would like to see my cling film? By all means. I cannot see his eyes through his trademark dark glasses, and I have no idea if he is merely being polite, or if he genuinely has an interest in cling film. I bring it from the kitchen, all the rolls of it. I have a surprising amount of cling film, I say with a nervous laugh. Roy merely nods. I estimate I must have nearly 1 kilometer in the kitchen alone. As much as that, he says in surprise. So. Mind you, people do not realize how much is on each roll. I bet that with a single roll alone, I could wrap you up entirely. Roy Orbison sits impassively like a monochrome Buddha. My palms are sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
I will take that bet, says Roy. If you succeed, I will give you tickets to my new concert. If you fail, I will take Jetta as a lesson to you not to speak boastfully. I nod. So then, if you will please to stand. Roy stands. Commence. I start at the ankles and work up. I am like a spider binding him in my gossamer web. I do it tight with several layers. Soon Roy Orbison stands before me, completely wrapped in cling film. The pleasure is unexampled. You are completely wrapped in cling film, I say. You win the bet, says Roy, muffled. No one wrap me. Not for several hours. Ah. I sit and admire my handiwork for a long time so as not to make the ordeal unpleasant for him. We make small talk on topical subjects. Roy somewhat muffled. At some point I must leave him to attend to Jetta's needs. When I return, I find he has hopped out of my house, still wrapped in cling film. The loss leaves me broken and pitiful. He never calls me. He sends no tickets. The police come and reprimand me. Jetta is taken away, although I get her back after a complicated legal process. There is only one thing that can console me. A certain dream. A certain vision. It always starts the same way.
Pretty woman. Walking down the street. Pretty woman.
And that is, I mean, you know, so this is like the original nightmare fanfic of the internet. This is,
That was
yeah.
That was awesome.
And note,
it sounded like welcome. Like
there
a
are
little...
several of them. Roy and Clingfilm in space. Roy and Clingfilm at Christmas.
Dude, the
the
Christmas
Orbison and
one.
Clingfilm adventure game.
The Orbison and Clingfilm adventure game. They
Wait.
made an adventure game. I'm so happy.
It's just like a ROM hack of like Zork's Roy Orbison
please.
awkwardly like stuck in there.
New for 2011, the Roy and Clingfilm conspiracy.
Apologies, I have ceased answering mail personally because of weirdos.
Okay.
Please address all inquiries to Mr. Kelly, who is acting as my semi-official manager and press agent. I'm not reading that.
Updates January 2016. My manager, Mr. Kelly, desires me to mention that he has a new book out. I am hereby doing so. It does not mention Roy Orbison or Clingfilm, far less any combination of the two. But then lots of books do not, and I suppose it will be no more boring and pointless than they. Doubtless, I will be expected to contribute some excitable blurb for promotional purposes. I hereby do so. This book contains no errors and punctuations that I have been able to detect. It is vulgar hucksterism, but a certain amount of log rolling seems unavoidable in the literary world, of which I start to sicken.
This is just like the descent into a broken man who once just decided to do something interesting for art's sake.
I am...
And then it's just becoming so... But it's like, this is a prelude to a horror film.
So I always...
Clingfield.
Even, you know, back when this was current, I always got the feeling that this was like a joke. And I feel like after reading that January 2016 update, that has to confirm it, right? Like this
gotta
has
be
to
a
have been a
joke.
joke.
Yeah.
But it is one of the long-standing internet... You know, it's in the hall
Send
of the
in an
internet.
email.
Christ.
Let's see what happens.
Please note that the account... Oh, I was going to read something, but no.
Oh,
How
okay.
dare
hey,
you?
Hey, go,
Jesus.
go right ahead.
I wanted to see what this was saying.
Seasonal
has been
update
set
on
up
Christmas.
in my name on a fashionable web platform for exchanging short, badly punctuated messages is nothing to do with me. It is the work of some imposter
Oh, he's
or
talking
sinister
about Twitter.
ETA Hoffman-esque double who is unable to even spell properly, and I have asked for it to be removed. The matter has caused me great distress and has a certain amount of palm sweating, as has been the occasion for stern disapproval from my fellow burghers of Dusseldorf. Indeed, at a civic reception I attended, the mayor himself was heard to mutter, "Here he is now, Mr. Megaphone. Perhaps next he will wear platform shoes or a striped tie to drive in more attention to himself. I would like to reassure my neighbors that I am not getting above myself, remain averse to all publicity, and will not be reporting on any of their doings, not even Frau Gewissermissen, who is tardy taking her milk bottles in and has twice sent her children
Yeah,
to school.
this has got to be a joke.
It's definitely a joke. This is a persona.
of Dusseldorf. In
Diligent,
Technicolor.
diligent students of interviews with me will know I have several times alluded to my neighbor and literary protege, Frau Schneemann, the one writer I know whose intensity of vision and purity of punctuation rivals my own, who writes fiction set in an alternate world in which Michael Bolton is a vampire and David Hasselhoff is a werewolf. Definitely a joke. But yeah, at the time, I mean, this was early internet days, and it was. I mean,
As the cosmonauts of the passion.
it was early internet culture days. Like, so if I'm not mistaken, like this popped up on the internet like in '99, 2000, something like that.
Wow. That was like back when like GIF websites were a thing, like the Stickman dance. And
Yeah, or
yeah.
I was
Hamsterdams.
so into those when I was like in the fourth grade. Yeah. And then that shitty remix came out.
Oh God.
As I turn into a, as long as we turn into a